See, you've got another machine over there. What's that used for?
Annette, this is the Wax Attack Professional. What we use this machine for is for removing paint defects from the surface rather than just wax application.
What's a defect?
A defect is some of these swirls and scratches which you might see on the bonnet here that we want to remove to give it a nice glassy finish again.
Yeah, I can see some of those swirls on the bonnet there.
Definitely. Now what we need to do first is start with our MLH orange cutting pad in conjunction with Mother's rubbing compound. That's going to remove the majority of all the swirls and scratches from the surface. Then we're going to move on to the white MLH polishing pad in conjunction with Mother's finishing polish. What that's going to do is that's going to remove any compounding marks that we've put in the surface and restore the clarity and depth to the paintwork. After that, we'll move on to the MLH red finishing pad and we'll grab some synthetic wax off the shelf just to give us a really nice coat of protection and gloss.
Okay, let's do it.
Excellent. Well, we'll start with the 600 watt professional machine with a variable speed. It's also dual action and random orbital, which means we're going to be able to cut those swirls out of the paintwork without putting any more in. It also has a 5-inch Velcro backing plate here, so we can quickly and easily apply and remove our buffing pads.
Let's get started.
Awesome. What I'll do first is I'll just put a strip of tape down the center of the bonnet so we get a good before and after shot.
Straight down the center?
Straight down the center. Now when you are doing the car, it is a really good idea just to tape up around the headlights and any of your badges just in case. We'll get the Mother's rubbing compound and we'll put a small amount just onto the applicator pad.
Yep. 3 little dobs.
Yeah, not too much. The more product you use, the more gunk you're going to get on the bonnet and the harder it is going to be to remove. So, take the machine, just dab it onto the surface lightly.
Yep, just like the other wax attacks.
Exactly, we don't want the product spraying everywhere. Make sure you turn the machine down to very low speed to begin with, and like the first wax attack machine, make sure the cord's not running on the paintwork.
So it's not dragging over the bonnet.
Exactly, we don't want to put any more scratches in. Okay, start the machine off.
Yep.
And just slowly move the machine across the panel. What we want to do is overlap by about 50% each time. And then run the machine in a second direction.
Got a really good handle on this.
It's very easy to use. Awesome. All right, you want to just hold that for a second?
Sure can.
What we'll do now is we'll take one of the provided MLH microfiber towels. These are an 800 by 400 professional towel. What you want to do is always make sure you remove the tag, just so you don't scratch the paint again.
Good tip.
All right, with these towels, let's just fold it over a couple of times. This will give us a nice soft pad between our hand and the car, and just lightly buff off the residue. Oh, look at that, that's better already.
Wow, I can see a reflection.
Excellent, that's what we want. All right, we'll move on to the next step. Just like we did before, we can just wash these out in warm soapy water. We'll move on to the white pad. Feel the difference in that one there.
Oh yeah, that's a bit softer,
That's a
isn't it?
lot softer. So we'll use the Mother's finishing polish. Again, just a couple of small dabs on the surface.
Yep.
Cord over the shoulder. Just dab it into the paint surface. Make sure we're down on low speed again. And we can start the machine.
Yep. And this one's just straight up and down.
Straight up and down, and then we'll change directions, just like we did before. Just to make sure we've covered everything. Now what this is doing is cutting out any of the scratches that we may have put in with the compound.
Right.
Excellent. Let's have a look and see how we went there.
I'll hold that again for you.
We'll take a nice, new, clean microfiber towel.
Yep.
What are we going to do with this one?
Remove the tag.
Remove the tag. Excellent. Fold it over again and just buff off that residue. Almost doesn't look like we need to put wax on there.
Looks better and better.
Fantastic. We do need to put a coat of wax on there though, just to protect the surface. Mother's synthetic wax
Yep.
on black cars is going to really make that paintwork pop. Okay. Red finishing pad. A little bit of, yeah, just a little bit of a shake, just to make sure that the product hasn't separated at all. Small amount of the product on the surface. We're only doing a very small section here at the moment. Cord over the shoulder, dab it in,
Yep.
make sure it's on low speed, and let's wax the car. Because we're just waxing this time, we don't have to cover a surface as many times.
Okay.
Excellent. So I'll get you to hold that again. That's
Yep.
ready to take off. You may have noticed I had a third microfiber towel. That's the only other thing you need to bring to the kit. Just buff that residue off. And we're done. Let's
Wow.
take that tape off. Look at the difference. See all the swirls and scratches on that side?
Really does work wonders.
It's fantastic.